Hi folks, and welcome to a new tutorial on Shadertoy porting on TouchDesigner. In this time, we are going to port a Shadertoy example, and here is the example in the Shadertoy website. If you see, if I reset, there's like a ballpoint sketch. That's the title, and the user is flockaroo. We are going to find out how to convert or port in TouchDesigner. Okay, so here is the file already completed. We can reset it, and here is the network. So we are going to start over from scratch. Okay. So let's see. We have a buffer A, a feedback from buffer B, a noise, and an image. A buffer B with a feedback of the same buffer, noise, and image. A buffer C that feeds back from buffer A and buffer C, and then the image. So we are going to create our first GLSL top, and we are going to split up the screen, and we are going to assign a couple of common things on the GLSL top. Okay. Okay, a resolution. Yes, and then in common we are going to use the same resolution, and the input, this is important, we are going to use 32-bit float and the red, green, blue, and alpha. Okay, so we copy and then copy. We are starting to organizing the network first, in order to then start by editing the fragment shader of each GLSL top. Okay, so that in the buffer A we need feedback from buffer B, a noise, and an image. The image we can retrieve it from this awesome site that is Shadertoy Unofficial. It's from Fabrice Neret, and here we have the image. Okay, we save it, and then first we create the project folder. We call it ballpoint sketch TouchDesigner. Okay, we create it, save it, and in the image we drag the image that we downloaded. Okay. So here, for sake of clarity, in this time we are going to name it buffer A, buffer B, buffer C, and then we are going to create the image, and then from the image we are going to get an out top. Okay, cool. So buffer B. The buffer B needs a feedback loop, noise, and an image. So is, I think, 266 by 256. Sorry, 256 by 256. Okay, so we create the noise top. We have to create several noise tops. Okay, we have it here. RGB alpha. So the noise comes here in the second inlet of buffer A. We are going to duplicate it. And now we are going to create a movie file in for the image that goes in the third inlet. We are going to load it. Let me search it here. Okay. We copy and paste. That's from the buffer B. That, if we recall, we have the same inlets, at least in the iChannel 1 and iChannel 2. So with that in mind, let's move our buffer B here. So we connect it here, and then here we create a constant, then a feedback, and we establish the target of the feedback as the buffer B. Okay, we connect it here. So we have completed in the network the buffer B layout. In the buffer A, we connect the buffer B, the noise, the random noise that has dimensions of 256 by 256, and the image. And then in the buffer C, we have the buffer A as an inlet in an iChannel 0, and the buffer C, that means we have to make also another feedback loop. Here we have the feedback loop. We establish the target here. Okay, we connect it here, and then we connect it here. We save just in case. Sometimes TouchDesigner hangs, so it's a good practice to keep saving some things. And then in the image we have C in the iChannel 0 as an inlet, so connect it here, and another noise. So we okay, here we bring this little guy here and connect it here. So I think our network is now complete. I think it's cool like it is. Yes, I think it works. We are going to the buffer A and select edit. We have here the first fragment shader. We have a common file. I used to copy this and then paste it below here. we remove some things. Assign as an uniform the vec2 eye resolution for now, and then we divide the common from the buffer A fragment shader. Now we look up the buffer A fragment part. Okay, here is the main function. We have to modify this, just a couple of things. We have to declare fragcore equals to the global GLSL fragcore variable. Okay, and then we have to change the eye channel from STT to the inputs an array and 0 as an array. Okay, we are going to edit the buffer B as well. Let's go to the common, just in case we copy the common part as well. Okay. We divide the common part. And in the buffer B, here we have some new things. In the main function, this is the main function. We do the same as before. We replace, and we have to assign here as a uniform as type integer iframe. Okay, and we have to do the same thing. We have to do in vectors. Here we have to declare iframe, and here we have to abstime dot frame. We can start saving the shaders in order to see the errors we have. Okay, let me see. This feels okay, and this, let me see. This has an error. Let me see. Okay, I channel 2. Yes. Okay, I channel 2 in line 117. Here it is. Okay, we have another error. And let me see again. 100 and here and here. Okay. Okay. So we are cool in this part. We are still not done yet. So we are going to go to the buffer C. Okay, so edit buffer C. Here in the buffer C, we have the buffer A incoming and the feedback loop of buffer C. So just in case, we are going to copy the common section. Okay, perfect. Declare as a uniform, as always, high resolution and also iframe. Divide for our understanding, for us to understand the shader, the common part from the buffer C. The buffer C has only the main function. We modify this, declare as a vec2 frag chord using the global variable of frag chord, GSLL. Okay, and here we have to modify these things in order to set them as an array in order to function in TouchDesigner. I think we are cool here. Let me save. iframe. I have to assign iframe here. Perfect. Okay. Okay, here. And here we're going to go to the image in order to edit the image part. We have an error. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Pixel 16, line 16. Okay. Here, line 16. Here. And here also. Okay. So here in the output, we are going to set the output in order to see here. So as you can see, it's already formed. Now, the issue is that I have to have the possibility of reset this drawing. So we are going to get a chop, a keyboard in, yes, and the keyboard in, we are going to use the key 1. So we have like a toggle here, and in the feedback we are going to assign, if you see, we are going to assign this toggle to the pulse. If you see here, the pulse, it's what resets all the ballpoint sketch drawing. So we're going to get into here, chop reference, and here is the network. And if you see, if I press the 1 on the keyboard, it resets. So this is it, folks. I'll leave you the project on my Patreon website. I hope you find it useful. Goodbye.